Welcome back to Fitness Tips, the channel that brings you the truth your body needs, the secrets your doctor forgets to mention, and the health hacks that could save your life. Today, we're uncovering something shocking, and I must warn you, it's a little hard to swallow. This common vegetable is sitting in almost every household kitchen right now. It looks innocent, even healthy. But according to recent medical studies and urgent warnings from doctors, it may be quietly raising your risk of stroke overnight. In fact, just eating this vegetable at dinner could send your blood pressure soaring and silently thicken your blood, setting the stage for a health disaster. So, what is this popular vegetable that might be sabotaging your heart and brain? Stick around, because not only will we reveal the dangerous veggie, but we'll also tell you the shocking science behind it, how it affects your blood vessels, and what you can do to protect yourself starting today. Now let's begin. 1. The hidden danger lurking in your kitchen. Let's start with a simple truth. Not all vegetables are good for everyone, all the time. You've been told that vegetables are healthy, right? And that you should eat more of them? Well, for the most part, that's true. But what if I told you that one particular type of vegetable, often consumed as part of a healthy diet, may be increasing your risk of ischemic stroke, the kind that blocks blood flow to your brain? According to a research review published in a major medical journal, this vegetable, when consumed in large quantities or too frequently, can elevate levels of harmful compounds in your body that contribute to blood clot formation and vascular inflammation, two key ingredients for a stroke. Doctors are now issuing urgent warnings, especially to people over the age of 40, those with high blood pressure, or anyone with a family history of heart disease or stroke. But what vegetable are we talking about? We'll get to that. First, let's look at how this vegetable tricks your body into thinking it's safe, while doing the exact opposite under the surface. Point number 1. Why do doctors eat this but tell you not to? Imagine this. You're eating dinner with a doctor. On their plate? It's loaded with greens and veggies, many of which you probably eat too. But when you reach for this one specific item, they pause. "I wouldn't eat too much of that," they whisper. Why? Because behind closed doors, some health professionals avoid this vegetable like the plague, especially at night. They've seen firsthand how it triggers hypertensive episodes, increases platelet aggregation, and stiffens arteries overnight, a deadly cocktail that increases your chance of waking up to a stroke. So what is it? Let's talk about it. 3. The culprit revealed. The dark side of spinach. Yes, spinach. The superfood. The leafy green that's been praised for decades for its iron, folate, and vitamin K content. And while it does have undeniable health benefits, there's a hidden side no one's talking about, until now. Spinach is extremely high in oxalates. These are naturally occurring substances that can bind to calcium in the body, forming sharp crystals. When you eat too much spinach, especially raw, these oxalates accumulate. But what's more concerning is that oxalates can lead to blood clotting abnormalities. Doctors have noted that in sensitive individuals, excessive oxalate intake can cause changes in blood viscosity, slow down circulation, and increase the chances of arterial blockage, all of which can raise your stroke risk. And here's the thing, spinach is often eaten raw in salads or juiced, which makes oxalates even more bioavailable. If you've been adding raw spinach to your smoothies every morning or eating big bowls of spinach salad for dinner, you might be unintentionally increasing your stroke risk, especially if you're already vulnerable due to other health conditions. Point number 2, it starts overnight, while you sleep. Here's the scary part. This damage doesn't happen instantly. It sneaks in while you're sleeping. Your body does most of its repair and maintenance during the night, which is why it's so critical what you eat before bed. If you consume a spinach-heavy meal late in the day, your body has to work overtime to manage the sudden influx of oxalates, nitrates, and vitamin K, all of which can affect blood flow, pressure, and clotting. Several case studies have shown that people experienced mild strokes or transient ischemic attacks in the early morning hours, after eating high oxalate meals the night before. Coincidence? Many doctors say no, and here's another twist. Spinach contains vitamin K1, which helps blood clot. While that's usually a good thing, if you're already at risk of clots, or are taking blood thinners, this can throw your entire system into chaos. So yes, spinach can be a friend. But in the wrong context, it becomes a hidden enemy. Point number 3, your plate might be plotting against you. It sounds dramatic. But when you realize how the cumulative effects of small daily habits lead to major health crises, it starts to make sense. That spinach smoothie. That kale and spinach salad. That green juice with double the spinach. It all adds up. And the biggest danger? Most people don't know they're at risk until it's too late. Doctors now emphasize the need for oxalate awareness, especially in people with kidney issues, clotting disorders, or blood pressure problems. You're not just what you eat. You're what you absorb, what you metabolize, and what your body can safely eliminate. If your system is overwhelmed with oxalates, it can't flush them out. Instead, they can linger in your kidneys, blood vessels, and even your brain. And yes, all of this can start from a vegetable that's marketed as clean and healthy. Point number 4. The study that shocked the medical world. A groundbreaking study out of Sweden followed over 60,000 adults for more than a decade. The goal? To investigate the effects of certain high oxalate foods, like spinach, on cardiovascular health. The result? Researchers found that those who consumed high levels of oxalates were significantly more likely to suffer from vascular calcification, kidney stones, and even stroke. And what's more, they found that this risk was much higher when these vegetables were eaten raw. The medical world took notice. Hospitals quietly began updating dietary advice for patients at risk. And certain physicians began sounding the alarm on spinach smoothies, especially when consumed daily or without proper rotation with other greens. The conclusion? Spinach should be consumed in moderation and preferably cooked, which reduces the oxalate content. But how many people know this? That's why this video is so important. Point number 5, doctor's warning. What you must do immediately. If you're someone who's been eating spinach daily, it's time to reassess your habits. Doctors recommend a few immediate steps. 1. Stop eating raw spinach daily. Instead, rotate with low oxalate greens like arugula, romaine, or butter lettuce. 2. Steam your spinach, which can reduce oxalates by up to 80%. 3. Stay hydrated, as this helps flush oxalates through the kidneys and reduces the risk of buildup. 4. If you're taking blood thinners, talk to your doctor before consuming large amounts of spinach or other high vitamin K foods. 5. Add calcium-rich foods during spinach meals, which can bind to oxalates in the gut and prevent absorption. These are simple changes, but they could protect you from a life-threatening stroke. Point number 6. What happens in your body when you overdo spinach? Let's walk through what actually happens inside your body when you consume too much spinach, especially raw. First, the oxalates bind to calcium, forming tiny crystals. These pass through your digestive tract. But not all of them get excreted. Some enter your bloodstream. They can deposit in the kidneys, leading to stones. Others can affect blood flow, causing microvascular damage. Meanwhile, the high vitamin K levels increase blood clotting potential, a problem if you already have cholesterol plaque or a history of clotting. Simultaneously, the nitrates in spinach convert to nitrites, which can dilate or constrict blood vessels depending on how your body metabolizes them. And finally, if you're eating spinach late in the evening, all this internal activity is happening while you sleep, when your body is most vulnerable to cardiovascular events. Now, do you see how something so healthy can go so wrong? You've just learned something most people will never hear from their dietitian or even their doctor. One of the world's most praised vegetables could be silently harming your heart, your blood, and your brain. But now you know how to protect yourself. So next time you reach for that bunch of spinach, ask yourself, am I eating this the right way? Or am I unknowingly risking a stroke? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Fitness Tips. We bring you life-saving health insights every week, because knowledge isn't just power, it's health. Stay safe, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.